guys, it's your girl Victoria, back to you with another review for The Ultimate Fighter Season 31, Episode 12, Team McGregor versus Team Chandler. Now, if you're new here, thank you so much for checking this out. Please stand by, because I'm going to talk to the people who've been watching all my other reviews for this season. So, we're here for Episode 12. The last review I did for this show was Episode 10. This was not my fault, okay? Blame AT&T, okay? What happened was, it recorded Episode 11, but I guess there was a game going on, like a female baseball game or something happening. So it kind of recorded over the actual recording of Episode 11. So I wasn't able to see Episode 11 because I wasn't able to even search on demand because AT&T is full of crap. And, shout out to Eric for letting me know what done happened because, he got the ESPN Plus. I do not have the ESPN Plus. Am I going to buy the ESPN Plus? No. So the fight I really wanted to see between Kurt and Jason, I wasn't even able to see. But I guess last week, Kurt whooped Jason's ass and Kurt won. So kudos to Kurt. I wish I was able to see. I seen a little snippet, but it was nothing like watching the actual episode. So now we're on to episode 12. Just had to let you know what done happened, just in case if anyone was wondering why there's no episode 11 and there's episode 12. My OCD is still pissed off at the fact that I couldn't do every episode of this season, but we're just going to move on and try to move forward with what we do got, okay? So for this episode, Cody and Rico are next to fight. They're the last ones to fight in the semifinals, and then after this, we're going to go to the finals. So we immediately start off with Rico's fight prep. It goes well. That's nice and dandy. And then when we get back to the Tough House, Michael Chandler comes to visit. Now, I don't think I remember him coming to the Tough House at any point of time this season. Maybe he did and I forgot. It's okay. But he comes to the house and I'm like, okay, what we got going on? What we going to do here at the house? Because, if they come into the house, they want to do some type of activity and do whatever. So, y'all speaking to my heart, when we talking about we going to be making food, and what type of food? We going to make a crawfish boil. Now, I do love me some crawfish, so I'm like, okay, first I got to see how you making it, though, because, if you let homeboy Connor do it, he going to put like 10 cans of beer into the crawfish boil. So I just wanted to know how they was going to make it. They didn't put no beer in it, They may have drinking beer, drunk beer with the crawfish boil while they was eating it, but they didn't put it in the actual sauce of the crawfish boil. So they made, I think, like they said, 60 pounds of it. Everybody was eating it, obviously explaining how you eat crawfish boil. It looked like a grand and dandy time. I'm like, okay, that's fine. You have all this crawfish. You only got like 2 things of corn on the cob, but that's fine. People don't care for the corn on the cob. They want the crawfish boil. So I just wanted to put my little 2 minutes of talking about crawfish boil just because of the fact that it looked good and I'm sure they had a good time eating crawfish. Moving on, he came to hang out with the fellas and all that stuff. That's nice, Michael. That's very nice of you to do. Obviously I see we're trying to do a little fill-in these episodes because ain't nothing really, especially this fight wasn't much. Clearly, when we get to it, it was only like 2 seconds, if you think about it, compared to the whole hour of the show. So they had to put a lot of filler in this episode because there wasn't much to take from the fight. So we did move on to Connor. He brings his team, the prospects. But I don't even remember if Brad was there. I would assume Brad was there with them. But he brings out his team. Excuse me. So sorry. The prospects. To a steakhouse in Las Vegas. I think it was called Hanks. And, the first thing I thought in my head, listen, I have to be myself, okay? I gotta be myself. I'm like, you paying for this, Connor? Because if you not, let me know so I could, look at my finances to see if I can go and pay for myself. But if you paying, that's even better. I don't gotta worry about if, I got, push thing, move money to this side or to that side. So you paying, thank you, Connor. We appreciate that. I mean, you may not be paying, maybe the show's paying, but I'm not paying. Okay. That's what's up. Okay. So I'm pretty sure they didn't pay for their steaks. So everyone seemed like they was having a fine and dandy time. We got Carlos making a long speech, thanking Michael, not Michael, Connor for all he did for them and stuff. It kind of dragged a little bit, but I can understand he wants to, show his gratitude, But at the same time, I'm like, not Michael, but Carlos, please. Can you wrap this up? Because is it rude for me to take a piece of my steak while you still talking and showing Connor gratitude for him being your coach and all that stuff? Is that rude? If it is, I'm sorry. But I might just be like, Connor, just slowly take a slice of a steak. But if no one's eating, then I guess I can't take a piece of steak. But anyway, they all kind of cheers to him and whatnot. And Connor, of course, appreciates it. I feel like Connor, he has a big head to the point where it's like, you don't need to feed him any compliments because he gives himself all the compliments that he needs. So, okay, whatever. And Connor gives them a gift. He gives everybody $1,000 worth of chips to use at the casino, whatnot. So then they take a group picture afterwards. So for me, if I was in that position, let's be honest, if I was in that position, in my head, I'm just thinking like free dinner, because I know they ain't paid. I know they ain't paid. Okay, either the show paid or Connor paid, or maybe they, the show and Connor paid, but I know the individuals did not pay. So I'm like, dang, free dinner, free steak, and we're not talking about no 6-ounce steak either. You know what I'm saying? So free dinner, steak, all that stuff, and I got $1,000 to use at the casino, chips or whatever. Wow, what a great night. I mean, granted, I would never be in that predicament because obviously they had to go through a lot to even be there. They got to be fighting people and busting each other's nose. I feel like everybody on the show don't have a straight nose. Every nose is crooked or something going on with the nose because all the fights they done been in. So it's like, I know it took a lot to get to this point. So kudos to you guys. But I'm just saying, free dinner and free money to use towards it. It's just great. It's nice. So anyway, we didn't get to Cody's fight prep. It goes well. I'm sorry, if we're talking about food and stuff, I linger a little bit because it's just like, that's the stuff I know. And, I'm still learning this UFC thing. So, bear with me. We didn't get back to the Tough House. See, that's what I'm talking about. Fillers. So I have no choice but to talk about this stuff. Back at the Tough House, Chandler comes back for a second time the next morning or something to hang out with everybody for breakfast and stuff. I'm like, wow. Michael, for what purpose? Like, do you normally come to the house as often, or is there just not really much to really go on for these next couple episodes that we got to find any type of way to do filler? So the producers told you to go to the house to, be one with the team and everybody to get that more personal connection. Like, I just want to know because I'm just like, we don't need all these fillers. But I guess this one was worth talking about because I guess there's some sort of beef or whatnot between Cody and Brad. I guess there was a note on the counter of the kitchen over some drinks that said F you, Brad. So I guess Brad assumed it was Cody or whatnot. So they go back and forth. Ain't nobody paying attention to them. Like, even Roosevelt not saying nothing. And Cody is just like, listen, bro, like, there's 16 people in the house. 15 of them don't like you. And, Brad not really trying to hear none of what he got to say. And I'm just like, this is stupid. Like, I mean, I guess this is building up animosity for upcoming fight that we'll talk about in a few minutes. But at the same time, I'm just like, ain't nobody trying to see this. Okay. I understand this is to stir up some drama or whatever in this season because this is a reality show. This is what they do to try to stir up some things, build the tension or whatever, so to speak. But for me, I'm just like, it's not giving what it's supposed to be gave. This is Brad. Brad is, like I said, he's a weird guy to me, but at the same time, he gives me like, he's not going to let you face him because at the end of the day, he's focused on getting his goal. And I feel like Cody is too, but he'll play a little bit in going the back and forth. But Brad is like, just leave Brad alone. Like, even though I don't care for homeboy Brad, but Cody, just don't even waste your energy, okay? Continue doing your PT, trying to fix that knee, bro. Okay, fix the knee. Get that situated. So we then move on to the weigh-ins. Cody weighs 135.5. Rico weighs 136. They do a face-off. Okay, cool. And then this is where we have, the sentimental moments. Cody zooms his wife because he lets us know, well, Other people did let us know too, but I guess when you make it to the semifinals, you get to Zoom your family for 10 minutes only. I'm like, what is this, prison? Like I said, I know they mentioned it before in the other episodes, but it's just like now that we got nothing else to talk about because the fight was only like 2 minutes. Okay, really? Y'all being so dramatic. I'm like, what if they talk over the 10 minutes? Would y'all want to cut the Zoom off? Okay. But anyway, he FaceTimes his wife and kids, and he gets emotional, cries, and makes mention that he's crying on national TV. Cody, it's your wife and kids. Like, if anybody really making fun of you for crying for talking to your wife and kids after not talking to them for a good amount of time and leaving your wife home to be a single parent, like F them, okay? This is what people do. They talk crap. I talk crap. Okay, so don't listen to us. Okay, we just trying to be entertaining, make people laugh. You know what I'm saying? We have a lot of truth to what we say. We believe what we say. Okay, but at the same time, if you want to cry because you zooming your wife and kids and you miss them and stuff, so be it. We don't care. Okay, we only see you crying for 2 seconds anyway, because you beating homeboy ass in a few minutes. So it's fine. It's fine. Cody, it's okay. It's okay. We do not care that you're crying for looking at your daughters and your wife. That's very cute. That's nice. Maybe it's because I'm a female and all that stuff, but I don't think any other guy's testosterone that's watching this is gonna be like, oh man, you need to be a man. You can't be crying on TV. Okay, please. Okay, moving on. We get to Rico. He zooms his girlfriend, mom, and kids. He makes mention that he felt like crying, but he didn't cry, and that's it. It was cute. So then we move on to the fight day. Okay, we're going to go straight to it. We're going to go straight to this fight that was literally 2 minutes. It wasn't literally 2 minutes, but it was only one round. Okay. So obviously they shuffled for a few seconds, right? Now, before it ended the way it ended, I was just like, oh yeah, Cody got this in the bag, because in the beginning, we see Rico making some kicks at his, bad knee and stuff. And of course, in my head, I'm like, okay, I get why you doing that. He got a bad knee. So strategically, strategy wise, you're going to go for the knee. I get it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't know what done happened. Rico did a little mishap and slipped. So Cody, being Cody, listen, this is why Cody's a veteran, any opportunity he saw, he took it. Once a homeboy Rico slipped, Cody pounced on his behind, and immediately within 60 seconds there was blood on the floor. I'm like, he got you, because it wasn't Cody who was bleeding. It was Rico who was bleeding. So like I said, once he slipped, it was over from there, because you got Cody jumping on his back, they rolling around a little bit, but Cody was doing the dang thing. He was doing his punches, making contact in his face and stuff. You seen it look like Rico was gasping for air throughout the whole first round, even though there was only one round, throughout the whole round. Okay, and there was moments where it seemed like Rico was going to overcome being taken down from his mishap, but he couldn't, because Cody, every time he was about to seem like he was about to get his footing and whatnot to finally make his jabs and points across, Cody just came back and, kept doing his thing, and got to the point where Cody got him in a little chokehold. Rico already gasping for air as it is, so it didn't take long before he needed some air to breathe. Okay, so he was already short of breath and getting caught in a chokehold. He tried to hold out, but he might have been slipping away, unconsciously. So unfortunately, he had to tap out. Now, since I'm not as a rookie as episode 1, I know what a tap out means now. So he tapped out, and the fight's over. Okay, Cody won. He would have won the first round anyway, but the fact that Rico tapped out, Cody won. That's it. That's the fight. Ain't no nothing of that. He won. Rico's out. Okay. So Rico's immediately pissed off, and it's understandable, bro. You lost, but look at it like this, okay, Rico. You took out Michael's #1 pick, okay? That's something worth bragging about, right? You took out Hunter. That's great. you know, you didn't have it against Cody, you know, and I'm very impressed that Cody was able to fight so efficiently with his knee thing going on. But like he said, he's been going to PT and whatnot, so PT been helping his knee get stronger and whatnot. So, you know, kudos to Cody. I wanted Cody to win anyway. That's why we got the red lights on, you know. But Rico, you did the best you could, you know. Maybe put some, I don't know, starch on your feet. I don't know if that helps you keep a better footing on the ring or whatnot, but you'll do better next time, okay? I don't know if you're gonna come back on the show or whatever. You know, clearly Brad can come back on the show, so I'm assuming you can come back on the show too. But it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. So that was it. We get to the back. And, you know, obviously Cody, he's excited. He's going to the finale. You know, I put in my notes, he's humbly excited, you know, because I feel like he's humble about it. Like I said, Rico's pissed. He's rambling in the back with Connor and whatnot. I'm like, poor Rico. But like I said, at least you be Hunter. You know, he's even crying in the confessional. He don't cry, but he tears up. I'm like, so, you know, you didn't tear up when you saw your mama, girlfriend and kids, but I mean, I understand why you tearing up in this moment because you lost, but you know, it's gonna be okay. It's okay, Rico. You know, a lot of men done cried because they done lost, so you're just added to the thing. But at least you're the only prospect to go to the semifinals, and at least you beat Michael's number one pick, so you still have bragging rights versus a lot of the prospects on this season. So, you know, respectfully, good job. Okay, so. After that, we go into the finales, guys. So who's in the finales? We got Kurt, we got Austin, we have Brad, and now we have Cody. So Kurt and Austin will be fighting in the finale, and then it will be Cody and Brad fighting in the finale, and whoever wins from the two fights will do the final fighting and will win. Whoever wins that will get come back to the UFC. So we have Kurt and Austin, they do their face off. They do it with smiles because, of course, they're friends. I'm like, this is, you know, just don't make sure it's not one of those Austin and Roosevelt fights, please, please. And then we have Brad and Cody, they face off. Cody immediately gets all up in Brad's face when they do the face off. I'm like, Cody, you're not fighting right now, bro. Okay, just, I know you probably have all this adrenaline because you just want to fight and you're probably ready for more because you only got literally one round in and you was ready for like two more rounds. But listen, Cody, please, you're not fighting Brad right now. Okay, go calm down. You know, bring your adrenaline rush down. Okay, and prepare for your fight with weird boy Brad over there. Okay, so. You know, obviously, because he got all up in Brad's face, you got Dana White trying to put his hand between them, like, okay, we're not going to do this right here type of thing. You know, that's the vibes I got from Dana. And then after that, you know, people saying, oh, this is going to be one to see. And I have to agree because with all this little tension and going back and forth early in the episode, and now they're going to be the ones fighting in the finale, we know it's going to be something. So let's see what's going to be about. So then after that, I just put in my notes for Cody to beat Brad's ass. So we'll see. So then lastly, I thought it was over. I thought I was going to be able to close this, turn it off, delete this episode, and just come do this review. But clearly, we got something else going. We got two other people doing face-off. Who going to do the face-off? We have Connor and Michael. They do the face-off. And I'm just like, oh gosh, here we go. So with this face-off, like I've said before, Connor's a character, okay? So they kind of do the little tough act all up in each other's face. You know, Connor does some type of type of thing. And then, you know, Michael's just smiling. Like, Michael's just eating this up. Because for me, I'm just like, Connor, you act like a character. Like, you do the most. But, like, Michael is the type of person to me that's just like, this entertains him. This excites me. You seen what happened when Connor smushed him in the face or like pushed him back, and Michael was just laughing. Like when someone gets smushed in the face or shoved, smushed, whatever combo you want to call it, and they just laugh, and he's just like, woo, he's crazy. Michael is a crazy man, okay? And the crazy people, I'm sure, definitely can put some blows in from what I've seen of his highlights and stuff. So that should be interesting to see if it actually happens. So you see too much stuff going on back there, and I gotta end this now because they gonna irk my nerves back there, the people outside here. Okay, so I'm gonna have to end it right here, and If you like this video, please give me a thumbs up. If you laughed at least once, please subscribe. If you didn't laugh, come back next week. Hopefully I can make you laugh so you can subscribe. Comment down below what you thought about this episode. Be easy, breezy, lemon squeezy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.